Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to start off today. Yeah, we're going to talk about the streaming wars. We're going to bring Disney into this mix. Again, many see I told you so moments here. Going to also incorporate Barry Diller in an interview. I think this was in Variety, if I'm not mistaken. I got to check. Basically talking about the Oscars and the movie business as a whole. And again, things that the writing was on the wall a long time ago, and again, many companies out there failed to adjust. They're playing catch up, and this happens when you have new technologies come out. You could talk about the business of journalism after .coms and all of the online publications out there, and then they're giving away their content for free, and then they realize, gee whiz, we're not going to have all that want ad revenue. I mean, they didn't think it through. Same way that U.S. Postal Service, email. What's this? What is this technology going to do to our business? Maybe we need to change some things. Let's take that and put that aside. We'll talk about the streaming wars. We'll start off with Disney. Disney's numbers. They're going to cut 7,000 jobs, $5.5 billion in costs. They're basically, they have to transform the company. They're trying to find a way to make the streaming business profitable. And again, try to get the stock price up. It's fallen more than 40% from 2021 highs. Again, you're taking a look at what they're trying to do. He wants to, again, for the people that are in charge of producing content, it's basically a situation where he's saying, show me the money. Show me the money. If you're going to produce content here, you got to, show me that, guess what? This is going to help our bottom line. Is this good for the company? Now, again, creative types, they don't like this. They like, doing whatever they want to do. And they're used to living in a world for a long period of time where, it didn't make any difference. You just throw money at things because they're creative people. Well, again, that was the cable model where money just constantly was flowing in. And you sit there and you'd watch cable. And then you'd watch cable and you're watching a show and you got to watch the ads, the various different, the companies that are making shows are making money off the ads. They're also making money from the cable operators for carrying their network. It was just money everywhere. So you could afford to float bad crap, bad ideas. Be honest, that's gone by the wayside. And again, the advent, this is all things that happened over time. The DVRs, when they came out, and people recording programs and fast forwarding over commercials and how that was an issue. And then if you want to watch something, again, you want to watch something on demand, they started doing that too, but you couldn't fast forward over the commercials. They wouldn't let you. Now, again, you opened up Pandora's box. You can buy our streaming service and you can pay not to watch commercials. Again, you're limiting your source of revenue. And again, we talked about content and content being king and the type of programs that these networks, basically run out. Back in the day, it was just years ago. I mean, it had to be like 2015, 16. The South Park episode, making fun of Netflix. Person answering the phone at Netflix. Hello, welcome to Netflix. You've been greenlighted. And they were just greenlighting, giving the okay to every single program that came out. And how many of you out there, you're looking for a new program, much show to watch? You start watching it, and you're like, I can't believe how bad this is. You shut it off. I actually got an email from somebody. Chris, you gotta watch this pile of horse manure, and just to see it. It was some, it was called Wolf Pack or something like that. I think it's Paramount owns it. Honestly, I think I could put something together using computer stuff that I have now than they did there. I mean, the special effects were so bad. It was like, you remember what the you go back and you watch that the black and white horror stuff and Godzilla movies. That was better than what they had going on here. It was that pathetic, and the whole thing was horrible. And I'm saying to myself, how did this get the okay? How did this get the? How do you make money on something like this? I mean, it's great to have a labor of love. I get that. I get that. But again, you're a business and you're trying to attract people and you want to make money. I mean, you can go around, and there's plenty of starving artists out there. Eventually, you have to sell your stuff, and the crap they've been selling is horrible. And again, they haven't figured it out. I've talked about maybe the need to do more product placement, less content of higher quality. Again, I know that many of these companies felt the pressure over the past several years to put out woke crap. And again, it's just getting involved in certain levels of politics. And I'm like, why are you doing that? It was the television show on Apple Plus. It was the morning show. And started watching it, and they very, very talented actors and actresses on this program. But again, you start insulting people, and you start insulting people's intelligence. You turn people off, and they're gone. I'll never watch that show again. You could do a juxtaposition, Apple with the Ted Lasso program. It's very entertaining. It's very entertaining, and people tune into it. Netflix has had a few of their shows, but they just had their stinkers as well. And again, these companies still haven't figured it out. What Disney has realized, though, if you take a look at their numbers, the cutbacks are at $5.5 billion. It's in content, okay? It's in content, but it's not in sports. It's not in sports, and it's not in sports simply because of why. Sports people have to watch. You got to watch them, right? So you can have commercials. Commercials are running. I mean, like I said, even soccer, European soccer. Again, you talk about the most popular sport in the world. European soccer, you watch, they figure out ways, they flash ads. I got the stuff on the sideline. They know they've got 90 minutes. They got to cram as many ads on it. The players are walking billboards. They find a way to make it work. Now here in the States, again, we have to watch. You got to watch the Super Bowl. Okay, there's going to be big dollars being spent on those ads. That's money's got to go. And again, that's what they're not cutting back on their sports programming, simply because they hope to keep the audience. The issue is right now, what other network out there? I mean, what other sport out there is really killing it when it comes to audience besides football? I mean, nothing. Get your niche audience when it comes to hockey, basketball. This is someone when I die, the whole movie Field of Dreams. I hope it's like that, where I get to go play ball all day long, because that's what I'd like to do: play ball all day long and fish. I don't care if it's basketball, wiffle ball, baseball, lacrosse, football. So I don't care. Roll ball, I play all day. It's always been that way. But I can't. Where I used to absolutely love basketball, loved it. I wasn't very good when I started working my butt off it. Again, not very tall. CYO leagues, and back Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. You watch the product that they're rolling out today. It's like that. It's like that television show Wolfpack. It's garbage. It's garbage. Nobody plays any defense, and we're just going to have a 3-point contest. How is that exciting? Baseball is another thing. It's issues. Everybody, nope. They took all the fun out of it. Nope. Nobody steals bases anymore. Analytics. We'll see what happens this year because they're doing away with that shift. But football keeps them coming. It really does. And again, this is where these streamers, where these companies have to figure out how the hell are we going to make money? Is it going to be product placement? Is it going to be less content, higher, quality? I don't know. And again, MGM has got a platform now, and they've got their library of, film, all the Rocky films. I think MGM. You have all the James Bond films and some. MGM's been around for a while. Those classic films there that quite frankly, many people have bought already. I mean, you might still have them on DVD or Blu-ray, so you could still hook up your Blu-ray and still watch the movie. So again, you're rolling. There's all this old content. You want to go out and get it, but many of us have it already. Okay, they're going to put out some new content. Now, again, I'm bringing up MGM. They got some show that's been on for a few years now. I guess it's pretty good. It's got a great cast. It's got Vincent D'Onofrio. You've got Forrest Whitaker. A lot of good actors. What's it called? The Godfather of Harlem. And again, some of their own programming. Whether or not people are going to pay for that. Again, they haven't figured it out. And expect a lot of losses moving forward. I saw this piece, Barry Diller, talking about the decline of the Oscars, plummeting ratings, all sorts of stuff that they're dealing with. And he basically saying it's an antique. And he says all award ceremonies were based on this hierarchical process of a movie going to a theater, building up some word of mouth. If it was successful, having that word of mouth carry itself over. The path no longer exists. It's funny, you go to movies. I can't remember the last movie I went to at the theater. I'm trying to recall. You go get Nicole Kidman doing an advertisement talking about the magic of movie theaters. And it used to be that way. But let's come on, let's be honest here. I mean, is it better to see a film at the movie theater? In some ways, yes. I mean, again, big screen, sound system, and doesn't cost a lot of money to get a first-rate surround sound Dolby Atmos system in your house. It really didn't cost that much. Really doesn't. If you want to have it in your own house by yourself, you can do it. How much does a large screen cost? Again, growing up, the old. We had that one color TV in our family room there for a period of time. It was 28, 30 inches box. Not the same as going to the movie theater back then. No. Okay. So again, some of the magic is gone, but also part of the issue is the shit that you keep pumping out. Okay, no brainer. You put out a high quality film that's great to see on the big screen. We'll use Top Gun Maverick from last year. It was great on the big screen. You got Tom Cruise. You had a great story. Okay, you have a blockbuster film. You justify spending that type of money on that. That makes sense. You could put that together. Take a look at the script. I could do this, okay? It's not hard. Could take a look at the script and say, wait a second, this is great. This is great. This is going to be great. We got to do this. We got to fund this. This is going to be great for the theaters. And it'll work. Watching some of the other crap that they roll out. I mean, have you gone? Go to Fandango. I did it before the program today. I was just curious. Went to Fandango to see what movies are out and which ones that I would even think about going to the movie theater to see. Zero. Zero. Okay. I got a 16-year-old, it's going to be 17 in my house in New York. He can't drive yet. And sometimes the kids are looking for things to do. It's oftentimes over Christmas holidays, they start getting bored. So they say, we'll go to the movies, and they'll go to the theater. I guess the Avatar movie is going to be, I guess it's great on the big screen. But again, you take a look at certain people, myself, I don't like to miss anything when I go to a movie. And you're putting out movies that are 3 hours plus long. 3 hours plus. That's a long movie. Again, I'm chugging water over the course of the day, trying to be a healthy part of my diet, all this stuff. Do you think I want to get up 2 times, 3 times to take a leak during a film? I'm going to miss all that? I'll just wait for it to be on, watch it at home. Okay, it's a trade-off. Would the movie be better on the big screen? Sure, but I'm trading off. I don't want to miss anything. So if I'm watching it, I got to pause. Not to mention the fact, the numbers. You idiots, you guys are, how stupid can you people be in Hollywood? Honestly, it's amazing to me how dumb you are when it comes to your business model. Several of the movies that are playing at the theater, I can watch at home right now via Amazon Prime. I can buy them or rent them, or Apple TV. So I took one. Movie it's an action movie. It's called Plane. Okay. For me to go see this at the movie theater, it's going to cost me $17.50. For me to rent it in my own home, it's going to be $20. For me to own it forever is $25. Now, again, factor in, you got to get back and forth to the movie theater, transportation costs, popcorn, soda, all that good stuff. You people in Hollywood can't see, it's good theater experience and all this shit. Shut the hell up, okay? Come on, man. Give me a break. You don't think people can, there's no doubt about it. It's going to be better to see on a big screen, but is it worth it over this? There's that, and again, you start thinking about these things, and these Hollywood, it's just like they're used to like a spigot of money, for crying out loud. Maybe the answer to this problem, come to think of it, is just have all the Middle Eastern OPEC nations with all the spigots of money, have them buy up these things, because they ain't give a damn. They just throw money at anything, and they don't care if they're losing. They like to live golf or whatever it may be. So there's movie Babylon. It's a flop. I mean, you're talking Margot Robbie, Brad. I mean, it's just star-studded. Supposed to be this, great piece. Cost them over $80 million. That's not including the marketing to make this thing. It's pulled in $50 million at the box office. The runtime for this film is 3 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah, I get it. The runtime for Godfather 2 was 3 hours and 20 minutes, but when they had it in the theaters, they had an intermission. You had an intermission. I mean, you go to a Broadway play, they have an intermission. 3 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, if you get thirsty, how much time does it take? There's just some of these theaters as well, is that you got to walk a half a block away to find the bathroom. Get the hell out of here. I finally got to see it again. I'll kind of wrap this up. I didn't see it at the theaters. Again, when the kids were younger, again, take their whole lacrosse team, everything like that. We go see some of the Marvel movies when they came out. Now, they do it on their own. So, we don't go along. But many of my kids, they wait. I waited to see the latest, was it Wakanda Forever, Black Panther movie. And guess what? It was entertaining. It was good. Again, way too much woke BLM crap that they try to stick in there all the time. It's just plain, it's insulting. It really is. But sometimes you just kind of have to look past, these, the Looney Tunes in Hollywood and the stuff that they try to push. But again, the movie was 3 hours long. 3 hours long. I'm going to get people giving me crap talking about sports and soccer. It's one of the good things about soccer. It's done in 90 minutes. You can plan your day. I mean, this is obscene. And the fact that these wizards are smart, these people out there haven't figured out how to make money is pathetic. And that's, it's to their own detriment. It'll come out. It'll wash its way out. I mean, the crazy belief system, stupid ideas from McKinsey Consulting, Ivy League idiot types. Yeah, but it's like back in the 90s. How many eyeballs do you got? No, it's how many eyeballs you got, schmuck. It's how many, people press the buy button. Okay? How many people are actually out? Where's your call? Are they actually doing it? Oh, we got all these eyeballs. Yeah. And interestingly enough, I'll end this. I'll wrap this up with this. Is that the King of Harlem? If you want to watch that, it's original content. They let you watch the first couple episodes for free, and then you got to get MGM Plus, and you get a free sample subscription for a period of time, and then you got to go ahead and you have to cancel it. It's like $6 a month for MGM Plus. How many people are just going to, they got a show that I'm interested in. I'm going to watch that, and then I'm just going to shut it off. That's your model. That's your model. You're screwing crap up, people. You're screwing crap up. Anyway. Okay, moving on. Google stock yesterday tanked during the day. They gave their little chit chat on their artificial intelligence. I guess some word got out that Google's Bard had given out an error in an ad on Twitter touting its new technology. In the ad, the bot was asked about what to tell a 9-year-old about discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope. It incorrectly offered the response that the telescope was the first to take pictures of a planet outside Earth's solar system, when that actually belongs to the European Very Large Telescope. And again, this mess up sent the stock down. Guys, it's artificial intelligence. Okay, but you got to understand what that is. It's garbage in, garbage out. I gotta be honest, I haven't had time to mess around with Microsoft's new, Bing thing and how it works. I did have some frustration yesterday. I should have probably tried on Bing to see if you're trying to look into bad ideas coming out of State of the Union addresses, and you had to go for every single one and through these. It wasn't very good in compiling anything, so I'm going to try it on that to see how it is. But again, it's like all technology. Okay, garbage in, garbage out. I mentioned this before. They talk about the people who are smart. They got great processor speeds and great to have high level intelligence out there, but it's like having a super fast computer. You have a super fast computer that you fill that computer with porn. You got a super fast computer with porn. Anyway, the UK antitrust regulators said Microsoft's $75 billion acquisition of Activision would further consolidate what it called Microsoft's strong position in cloud gaming, and said a combination would hurt UK gamers. Expect more of this. Again, I don't know. Microsoft's kind of laughing at this. Activision's laughing at this, and how it's going to hurt UK gamers. It's going to bring the prices down, whatever it may be. They don't really. Let's be honest. What do they do in the UK now? Just asking. What do you guys? You guys innovate on anything? Yeah, I know you've got your little Canary Wharf area there for banking, which is great for all of. It's like kind of like a Switzerland there to some degree. A lot of oligarchs do their banking there. I know you got some great soccer teams. What are you guys? Rolls Royce again. Make cars and aircraft engines. Aston Martin, Range Rover, a few car companies you got there. On the technology front, you guys innovate at all? No. And that's been the case for Europe for some time. And, how when you cannot innovate, you regulate. And that's what the European Union is doing. It's a reality of the situation. This is not even the European Union. This is the UK. The EU is going to follow suit. I got a kick out of this story. Lawyers and advisors in the FTX bankruptcy have billed nearly $20 million for 51 days of work. This triggered a memory in my mind, going back to the 1990s when I was talking about this, and into the 2000s when all of these bankruptcy attorneys and how much money they were going to make, not just bankruptcy attorneys, but the banks as well, and how you got to restructure these companies, and then this company goes out of business, well then Morgan Stanley's got to help finance the bankruptcy and all this stuff, and what a business it is. I mean, it is an unbelievable business, is the bankruptcy business. You can do very, very well. It's kind of like, you think about it, it's kind of like, owning a funeral home, right? It is. That you're cashing in here. And honestly, who's really checking? The funny thing is they put caps. They say, well, you can only recoup 50% of your billing or whatever it may be. So they just bill that much more. Well, what do you think? That people are going to actually check? Do you think this is the movie The Firm? Please. Okay. And again, I know I'm honest with you here, and I know we got a lot of MAGA crowd out there that listens to the program, and they get all hot and bothered or angered by me. I don't even know how many of them I have listening more. Just I'm honest. Again, none of them ever like to debate any of the things that I have to say. Again, I said here before, you get the far right and the far left, they should form their own party together. You get AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they should be in the same party, for crying out loud. They do the same thing. It's the same tactics. Biden's pushing forth. I think he was in Wisconsin yesterday. He's going around the country talking about his economic plans. But again, you're actually getting some Republicans, and rightfully so, in Congress pushing back over the conduct of some of their peers. Okay, James Comer. I wish that everyone would respect the decorum, let the president speak. Ryan Zink took issue with some of Biden's claims, but he disagreed with the tone set by his colleagues who heckled him. He's the president. We can agree, we can disagree, but let's not be disagreeable, because we are one country. Again, and you'll get this. Oh, remember when Nancy Pelosi ripped up the State of the Union? Yes, that was gross. It was awful. It was disgusting. It was embarrassing. But because she acted like an asshole, does that mean you need to act like an asshole? What do you think you accomplished by doing this? I mean, I had this conversation with people today. I'm like, just shut the hell up. Okay, you don't have to stand. You just sit there, listen. You don't have to clap. You walk out. You call your PR people, you get booked on TV, you get booked on radio, then you go ahead and say, this was BS, this was BS, this was BS. But all you did, all the hecklers and all that crap, all they did was just give, YouTube role for Democrats out there that they can run saying, look, this Republican Party is a bunch of crazed people. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Anyway, touch on this. The IRS got a new rule. It's going to crack down on taxing the service industry's tips. The service industry tip compliance agreement would be a voluntary program between the IRS and employers that the IRS said would decrease taxpayer and IRS administrative burdens and provide more transparency and certainty to taxpayers. So you're creating more of a bureaucracy, and that's going to decrease administrative burdens. Yeah. How do you think this is going to work out? You got anybody who out there that this is going to be a good use of the IRS and their time? I'm going to go after to make sure that the bartenders and the waiters and the waitresses declare all of their tips, and not to mention the fact, not many cash tips anymore. It's just the reality of the situation. It's just not many cash tips. I mean, I'm sure you're getting some, but most of the stuff goes on the credit card, does it not? So you're dealing with this now? Things make your head want to explode to some degree. All right, a couple side stories. One of the things we like to do here on the program, things in the news. I get questions from people. And again, we do a pretty good job here on the show of breaking down BS. Okay. Or feeling, actually, I mean, I got a lot of question marks oftentimes when you read stories in the news. How could that be? Why is that? And these journalists, they don't ask those difficult questions. It's all about putting out a headline and getting you to click on it. That's it. That's the thing that's most important. But anyway, there was a story. Not a sustainable business model. Arizona hospital on brink of collapse after spending $20 million on migrants. Well, why could they do that? How could they do that? Well, it's our rules and laws here. And, they say they're going to be on the brink of collapse, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to close down. They just are going to have to jigger their billing to raise their prices on the people that can pay. I have a lot of great kids. They're all doctors and surgeons now, but kids that I've coached over the years that went on and stayed in contact with them and talking. I mean, back when they were in medical school and the residency and working in a hospital, and they'd be like, Coach, you're not going to believe this. All the people that come in, all the people, no ID, no paperwork that come in, entire families, 10, 11 o'clock at night into the emergency room, and we have to serve them. And then they just leave. I'm like, no, it doesn't surprise me. Smart. It's just how we do things here in this country. Back at that point in time, I said, why all of these illegals, okay, you get $20 million here, migrants. The only thing you do is you say, okay, what country are you from? What country? Oh, you're from this country. Okay. And you're coming here and we have to provide free medical for you. Why not bill these countries? Why not bill these? Send them a bill. Send them a bill. That's all. And we'll just take it off all the aid that we send you, whatever it may be. All aid that go to these countries. Well, we'll just, we're going to deduct that from the aid. We got to send it to this hospital because we've been caring for your citizens here. Would work, wouldn't? Oh, I know, would make left-wingers' heads explode. But again, things that tend to work, math, 2 + 2 = 4. Can't have that. I mean, they don't like that. All right, another story. you're like saying you're scratching your head here. You got a 73-year-old Arizona rancher. He's in jail. He's got $1 million bond. He killed an illegal alien on his property. Now, again, still some questions when it comes to this. And again, I'm telling people to wait, get more information, see exactly everything that transpired. Again, Arizona's a state where you have stand your ground. The stand your ground rules, okay? And you should be able to defend yourself. Again, that's why I don't know what's going on, but I do understand, okay, that the authorities are none too happy about this because they're afraid that other people are going to say, hey, we got illegals walking, we're going to start shooting, and they don't want it to happen, and they're maybe making an example out of this guy. Again, my suggestion in regards to this story, okay, hold your fire. Don't go writing anything in freaking comment section. Don't speculate because you don't know. You don't know. There's still a lot here. And everything I'm reading about this, there's a lot of question marks and a lot of holes that need to be filled. Okay. What to think about the Nord Stream story? Seymour Hersh is one of the he's a Pulitzer Prize winner, but that doesn't really mean much. You can just take a look at his track record. I mean, you're talking My Lai Massacre, Abu Ghraib. This guy is a hell of an investigative reporter, and he's got pretty darn good sources in Washington, D.C., and he has concluded that we, the people, again, it's how it works. We vote for our representatives, and they act on our behalf. So we, the people, blew up the Russia to Germany natural gas pipeline. It's part of a covert operation. Here, again, I guess this is something that the Norwegians wanted to do as well. I guess we let Finland and Denmark in on what we were doing. A lot of question marks. When it comes to this and what to think about this. If we did this, we're blowing up, you understand, we're blowing up civilian infrastructure. The administration is denying it. We're blowing up civilian infrastructure, obviously to weaken Russia. We didn't let Germany and some of these European countries that, again, they're getting gas from this pipeline in on it. How is this going to play out? I don't, honestly, people, I don't know. Going back to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump being very vociferous, and rightfully so. Again, I'm an equal opportunity basher. I go after Trump, but he did a lot of, good things, said some smart things too, talked about, and this is going back to Obama. Obama did too, Nord Stream 2. When you out of your mind, you're going to rely completely on Russia. This is stupid. Are you going to shut down all your nuclear power? I mean, they just did one stupid thing after another. Okay. Again, just justify. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to wash out. Again, does it give me a warm and fuzzy feeling on the inside that we're blowing up civilian infrastructure that's going to our allies and providing energy to our allies? I guess you can find justification for it, but it's not going to play out too well. Again, media here in the United States haven't really touched this yet. This is it's like a hot potato. I don't know. How are we going to cover this thing? I don't know. They're calling up their people in Washington and their sources and all this stuff. Again, I had a feeling, I had a sinking suspicion when this thing took place. It's, oh, look what Russia did. Russia took out the pipeline. I'm like, why the flip would they do that? Why the hell would they do that? That's just stupid. So no, I didn't think it was Russia, and I assume that it was probably us. And again, to me, they're not touching this thing yet. And we're going to see how this plays out. I'm sure that they're having quite a few meetings over there in Europe right now in regards to how they're going to respond to this. Anyway, again, file this under ridiculous. Again, we're going to be spending billions. Now we're going to be spending billions in Mexico to fund new wind power plants in Mexico. Yep. Again, down towards the south there, Isthmus there, we're going to put these things up, even though the people down there, they don't want these windmills. We're going to finance the whole deal. Zero interest. It's kind of like those, except even better. Those deals. Oh, no money down, 0% interest for 2 years. Get yourself a brand new TV for the big game. What do you think is going to happen? We give an interest-free loan to Mexico for these windmills, and they can't recoup the costs, and they can't make the payments. Do you think anything's going to happen? No. So it's kind of like lending money. It's just to take a lesson. I told this to my kid. You lend money to your friends, okay? Don't expect to get the money back. I mean, just go into it. Said, okay. Just don't expect to get it back. So if you don't get the money back, you can you put that in your little mental, Rolodex, your little checkbook ledger, if you will. Okay. But don't expect it. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com is their site. Listen, do me a favor. Okay. The way we've grown this show for 20 some odd years now is through you, word of mouth. Okay. Let people know about it. Share it. If you're on social media, the YouTube channel, whatever it may be, tell people, listen in. It's how we continue to grow this program. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.